And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents Cinderella, based on the story of Cinderella. Once upon a time, there lived a young girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had 3 ugly, mean stepsisters named Olive, Nina, and Esme. Olive, Nina, and Esme made Cinderella do all the chores. "Sweep the floors, wash the dishes," said Olive, Nina, and Esme. One day, the king of Onlyville's messenger said, hear ye, the king of Onlyville is going to throw a ball. And whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Singling. But Cinderella is not welcome. Her stepsisters are. Olive said, he's going to marry me. Nina said, no way, Olive. He's going to marry me. Esme said, both of you are wrong. He's going to marry me. Later, Cinderella is so sad that she cannot go to the ball and marry Prince Singling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and asks Cinderella what is wrong. Why are you crying, Cinderella? She asks. Cinderella responds, I wanted her to go to the ball and marry Prince Singling, but I'm not welcome. The fairy godmother waved her wand and chanted the magic word, Winnity, Waterity, one! And then, Cinderella's chores are all done. But the fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, Cinderella, go fetch me a good old pumpkin. Luckily, Cinderella has one pumpkin. The fairy godmother waved her magic wand and chanted the magic word, Winnity, Waterity, one! Again, and to turn Cinderella's do-rag and clothes into a gown. I've never seen such a wonderful gown. I get a load of my glass slippers, and then the pumpkin into a carriage drawn by 2 strong horses. The fairy godmother said, have fun, Cinderella, but I will warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken. Cinderella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Singling was wondering who he should marry. Olive, Nina, and Esme said all together, he's walking towards me. But he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards Cinderella. Cinderella and Prince Singling dance happily together. But later, Cinderella realized it's almost midnight. So she scurried out of the ball, and she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. Prince Singling was so worried that he might never see Cinderella again. So he traveled around Onlyville to find her and brought the glass slipper with him. He knocked on the door of the house where her Cinderella and her stepsisters lived. He said, ladies, I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try this glass slipper? Olive is first, but her foot is too big. Nina is next, but her foot is too small. Esme is last, but her foot didn't fit either. Suddenly, Prince Singling noticed Cinderella singing. Cinderella said. Prince Singling, is that you? Prince Singling said, of course it's me. Cinderella gets so excited because she's having to have her Prince Singling back. And they lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story before bed enters doors. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to my video. Take care. Bye and good night, everybody. And now, Introduce Everything proudly presents 49erella. It is based on the story of Cinderella with a bit of a twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young adult girl named 49erella. 49erella had 9 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Farah, Olivia, Ramona, Tanya, Yvonne, Nina, Isabella, Natalia, and Ella. All 9 of them constantly made fun of 49erella and made her do all the chores. 49er wench, sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said them all together. One day, the king of 49ville's messenger arrives and says, Hear ye, hear ye! The king of 49ville is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Non-Quadragentupling. But 49erella is not welcome. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are. They are overjoyed. They ran with huge excitement and picked out dresses to wear to the ball, but argue over who will Prince Non-Quadragentupling marry. Later, 49erella is so sad doing chores about not going to the ball and marrying Prince Non-Quadragentupling. Whatever will I do? She went first. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and comforts 49erella. There, no, 49erella. I can help with a bit of magic. Nobody will know it's you, she said. She then waves her magic wand. And because of that, 49erella's chores are all done. But her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, 49erella, go fetch me a pumpkin and some mice. Luckily, 49erella has 49 pumpkins and 98 mice. 49erella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again to turn the 49 pumpkins into a handsome coach, the 98 mice into horses, and the 49erellas brick clothes into a gown and crown. 49erella says, I've never seen such a Non-Quadragentupling-tastic gown! And get a load of my glass slippers. Fairy godmother, how can I ever thank you enough? And climbs into the coach. 49erella's fairy godmother says, well, you can't, but have fun, 49erella, but I will warn you. Return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken, and everything will go back to normal. And so, 49erella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Non-Quadragentupling was wondering who he should marry. Wondering who to marry, son? Asked the wise, kind-hearted, and bold King 49ville. To which Prince Non-Quadragentupling responds, yes, father. You're going to marry me, Prince Non-Quadragentupling, said Farah, the oldest of 49erella's ugly, mean, wicked stepsister. Farah, wrong. You're Prince Non-Quadragentupling. You're going to marry me, said Olivia. Both of you are wrong. Prince Non-Quadragentupling, you're going to marry me, said Ramona. The rest say, you're going to marry me, Prince Non-Quadragentupling. But Prince Non-Quadragentupling angrily denies the request. Suddenly, 49erella arrives at the ball just in time. Prince Not a Quadrigetonix sees her, walks straight towards her, and says, "You must be 49erella. May I please have this dance?" To which 49erella responds, "Yes, I would be happy to." And so, 49erella and Prince Not a Quadrigetonix dance happily together. But later, 49erella realized it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And she ran so fast that she left one of her glass slippers behind. Prince Not a Quadrigetonix was really worried that he might never see her again. The king of 49ville comforts him by saying, There, now, son. I think we'll be able to find 49erella." And so, the next day, Prince Not a Quadrigetonix and the king of 49ville traveled all around 49ville and tried to find 49erella, who captured Prince Not a Quadrigetonix's heart and brought the glass slipper she lost with them. By the time they arrived, they knocked on the door of the home where 49erella and her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 49erella, they find Farah, Olivia, Ramona, Tanya, Yvonne, Nina, Isabella, Natalia, and Ella. Prince Not a Quadrigetonix then says, "Ladies, my father and I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on these glass slippers? Farah is first, but her foot is too big. Olivia's next, but her foot is too small." "Nonsense! It fits!" she said. The rest did the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, Prince Not a Quadrigetonix and the king of 49ville noticed 49erella's sweet singing. "Prince Not a Quadrigetonix and the king of 49ville, your majesty, is that you guys?" she hollered excitedly, to which the king of 49ville says, "49erella, my dear daughter-in-law, we found you. Will you marry Prince Not a Quadrigetonix?" 49erella and Prince Not a Quadrigetonix are now married. They, along with the king of 49ville, lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrew Stewards. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything, and buy our merchandise at AndrewDoesEverything.com. And take care. Bye. And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents 289erella. It is based on the story of Cinderella with a plot twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, in a faraway land named November to Centumlingham, there was a young woman named 289erella. 289erella had 20 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Tina, Winona, Una, Hilda, Uma, Nicola, Diana, Ramona, Estrella, Davina, Eleonora, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, Tara, Nina, Indira, Natasha, and Erica. All 20 of them constantly made fun of 289erella. Made her do all the chores and watch her work. 289, wench! Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all, said Tina to Erica all together. One day, the king of Novamata Jinta Dus Centumlingham's messenger arrives and says, Hear ye, hear ye! The king of Novamata Jinta Dus Centumlingham is kind, wise, and caring. His Majesty is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Novamata Jinta Dus Centumling. Tina, Winona, Una, Hilda, Uma, Nicola, Diana, Ramona, Estrella, Davina, Eleonora, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, Tara, Yadina, Nina, and Natasha are overjoyed and picked out dresses to wear to the ball, but 289 feels left out. He is going to marry me, said Tina, the oldest stepsister, to which her younger sisters disagree and argue over who will marry Prince November Tumbling, Tumbling, fall in love with later. 289 is so sad, distraught, and upset about not going to the ball and marrying Prince November Tumbling. Whatever will I do? She whimpers. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and comforts 289. There, now 289, she said. I'll fix everything. No one will know what to do. She then waves her magic wand. Because of that, 289, his chores are all done. But her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, 289, go fetch me a pumpkin and some mice. Luckily, 289 has her friends. 289 pumpkins and 578 mice. 289's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again to turn the 289 pumpkins into a handsome coach, the 578 mice into horses, and then 289 reclothes into a gown and crown. And then a pair of magical glass slippers appear on her feet. 289 says, I've never seen such a November double-tastic gown! And get it out of my magical glass slippers sparkling. Her fairy godmother, how can I ever thank you enough? And climbs into the coach. Well, 289, you can't, but have fun. But I will warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken and everything will change back to the way it was before. And so, 289 accepted the warning. At the ball, the king of Novem Atajinta Dusa Tellingham asks, wonder who to marry, Prince Novem Atajinta Dusa Tubling, to which Prince Novem Atajinta Dusa Tubling responds, yes, father. Suddenly, 289 arrives at the ball just in time. Prince Novem Atajinta Dusa Tubling sees her, walks straight towards her, and says, you must be 289 May I please have this dance? Yes, said 289 overjoyed. And so, she and Prince Novem Atajinta Dusa Tubling dance happily together. Tina, Winona, Una, Hilda, Uma, Nicola, Diana, Ramona, Estrella, Davina, Eleonora, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, Tara, Yadina, Nina, Indura, Nasha, and Ergo watched them jealously as they wanted Prince November Jitoni to fall in love with them. What? Prince Novem Atajin Duset only loves 289 orange? Said Tina, the oldest stepsisters. Her. Yes, at her younger sisters. They shout all together. But later, 289 realized it's almost midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost one of her glass slippers. The next day, the king of Novem Atajinta Dusa Tumlingham and Prince Novem Atajinta Dusa Tumling traveled all around the neighborhood, trying to find 289 who captured Prince Novem Atajinta Dusa Tumling's heart and brought the glass slipper she lost with them. By the time they arrive, Prince November Ottergington into a tumbling, knocked on the door of the house where 289 Arella and her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 289 Arella, they find Tina, Winona, Una, Hilda, Uma, and Nicola, Diana, Ramona, Estrella, Davina, Eleanora, Isabella, Georgia, Hannah, Tara, Yadina, Nina, and Daira, Nasha, and Erica. Prince Novam Atajinta Topling then says, "Ladies, my father, the king of Novam Atajinta Dusa Toplingham, and I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on this glass slipper? Tina is first, but her foot is too big. We notice this, but her foot is too small." "Nonsense! It fits!" she said. The rest did the same, but none of their feet fit either. Suddenly, the king of Novem Atajinta Dusa Tumblingham, Prince Novem Atajinta Dusa Tumbling, noticed 289 Arella singing, "Prince Novem Atajin Dusa Tumbling, and your majesty, is that you guys?" she uttered excitedly. 289 Arella, my dear daughter-in-law, we found you! Exclaims the king of Novem Atajinta Dusa Tumblingham. And the glass slipper fits! And the king of Novem Atajinta Dusa Tumblingham, Prince Novem Atajinta Dusa Tumbling, and 289 Arella lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Andrews Doers. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrews Everything, and buy our merchandise at AndrewsEverything.com. Take care. Bye.